I'm Marshall, and I can't drive. Well, it's not exactly true. I can drive, I just really don't like to anymore. In my 20s, longevity was lost on me. The future was uncertain, so planning for it, or even preparing for it, was mad foreign. But lately, this idea has been front and center. I'm in my 30s now, settled down, and life is pretty stable, so I think about things differently. Routines, habits, lifestyle choices, the things that meant nothing at one point. For me, bikes play a large part in these efforts. I plan to ride them until I die, and you should too. This is my track bike. I got it cheap on Marketplace nearly a decade ago and have ridden it hard. I haven't had to replace many components, but today we are going to do some much needed maintenance. The drivetrain needs a clean along with the rest of the bike, but we'll just focus on the cog, chain, and chainring today. I'll settle for a quick clean while the wheel is on the bike, and we'll clean up the cog and chainring once the chain is out of the way. The rear hub has a freewheel that's never been used, so at this point it just flops around and rattles. I've been meaning to take it off since I bought the bike, so now that I have a few tools, let's remove it. This adjustable wrench is definitely overkill for the tensioner nuts, but I'm a use what you have kind of person, and I'm very stoked my wife got me these tools for Christmas. Eventually, my tool roll will be full, but until then, I'll make do with my small selection, and I'll try to remind myself to only buy what I need when I need it. I'd like to try a few gear ratios, so this flip-flop hub will be useful in the future, but for now, I'll just clean the threads and leave it open. The bike's riding much better despite the shoddy job I did cleaning, and the rear hub not rattling anymore is nice. We'll do better next time. It's always seemed to me that active people were having the most fun, almost as if contentment was baked into an active lifestyle. To be honest, I hate to admit that it took so long to find out that this was true. I'm never as active as I'd like to be, but my best days always start with a walk, a run, or a bike ride. In many ways, being outside and moving my body is like a cheat code for happiness, and the best part is it's basically free. Running and cycling can get expensive quickly, but it doesn't have to be. If you're willing to do your own maintenance, like I'm finally learning to do, lots of fun can be had for cheap, and I highly recommend it. I've been riding track bikes since I was maybe 19 or 20. But I've always wanted to be a runner. It took a while, but in my late 20s, it finally clicked for me. Eventually, I ran a half marathon with some friends and noticed some things. First, I noticed how many elderly runners were out there on the course. Lots of them, and they were much faster than me. Second, I noticed that they were all stoked to be there. And last, I noticed many of them had bike racks on their cars. I believe true coincidences are rare, so I started digging into what I saw. Turns out, there are many elderly runners across the world. One day, I hope to be one of them. This led me to a book called Running Smart by Mariska Vranz Brundle, and it gave me a bit more clarity to the things I was seeing. It made it very clear that doing regular cardio consistently until old age made a massive impact on quality of life, so I plan to be active until the very end. Now you may be thinking, that's great for you, but I won't be getting up before the sun to run or wear Lycra for a long ride. And that's all good, you don't have to. I don't wear Lycra or race, and I don't even consider myself a cyclist. I just like bikes, and I love the effects of regular cardio. For me, it was just leaning into something I already liked doing. I like fast bikes, slow bikes, and everything in between. Riding has always been fun for me, and it might just be fun for you too. It's become a game changer for my mood, health, and so much more. I try not to get wrapped up in bike consumerism at all. And hell, all of my bikes were crazy cheap. And although bike shops need support, I do my best to stay away from them because I find myself buying things I really don't need. In fact, over a year ago at this point, I sold my car and I commute to work by bike, so it saves a considerable amount of money for me to ride. For me, there is no downside. If you're at all interested, you should try it. It might just change your life like it changed mine. Coming back to North America from a trip to Japan was a large motivator to make this channel and share my ideas. I'll talk about this in depth in a future video, but long story short, it sparked my journey into learning about what made a city or town great. I've always liked urban density, but never understood why I gravitated towards these types of places when I've always lived in sprawling suburban towns. Well-connected places that were easily accessible by various means of transportation made sense to me as a kid, but I never knew why. All I can say is I came back changed and picked up books we will cover in the future. Some of the reasons I found were common sense, others not so much. I'll do my best to keep things light and not too preachy, but either way, I'm happy to advocate for more bikes and better health. If anyone has made it this far, I really appreciate it. I hope these videos continue to be as fun to make as this one, and that they continue to get better over time. So once again, thank you for making it this far. I hope to ride with you again.